Hi everyone. So I was talking to my guides. I was in the shower, and there's what. And I was having this conversation with them about. I had Reiki in the background too. I recommend everyone having Reiki when they're trying to relax and meditate. And I was having a conversation with them about you know the video I just put out, and it's part one of a three-part thing I'm doing, and it's talking about like the nature of our reality, who we are, why we're here, but I was in the video, I talk about how, you know, the truth of who we are and that we're supposed to be worshiping ourselves and we are God and there's not a higher power. We are the higher power. And then, of course, my ego kicks in and I'm like, oh my God, well, what if people take that the wrong way and like they think it's an excuse to be like selfish and greedy and, like to hurt others? And, it was my ego. And of course, my guides were like, well, at first they were like, well, because I've been talking to Jesus. It sounds so crazy, but it's real. I can talk to beings on the other side, and I don't know. He's kind of like inspirational to me because he was like the start of the whole movement. Really, his words just he did the best he could, but he was like, well, they were like, well, how do you think Jesus felt? And I just got this download of like another understanding of like why he explained things the way he did because he had that same fear. He had that same fear of telling people to worship themselves to a barbaric humanity would, it would that probably would have been what happened. But they reassured me that the people finding my soul tribe, the people finding my videos, are in a place of on their spiritual path where they would not view it that way. But then we started talking about how imagine okay what one just one person one Jesus did then one man. Imagine thousands of us, right? Thousands of us doing it. And then I just got this like vision of this like mass awakening and thousands of us who can do these things, be connected to our higher selves, hear the other side. And I really think that that's what my soul tribe is. We're all, and there's other people out there doing this. It's not just me. Like, there are other people who have figured out that they can do these things and, like communicate with the other side and their higher self and they've tapped into love, the frequency of love. And, but I don't know, I just got this, it was like this beautiful rush of like love and ascension. I think I got like a glimpse of what ascension is, what Earth's ascension is, and how powerful it's going to be that thousands of us are doing this. Like think about what one man did 2,000 years ago. What can thousands of us do in this day and age with technology, with being able to spread the truth of our existence and who we are around. Like I actually it was so empowering and like I'm like vibrating now, like vibrating with love. I'll talk about that more in my video. Like I really feel energy now and like I don't know, but I'm just like vibrating with love because I can feel like ascension is closer than we think, and like how important it is that I keep making videos and getting like these messages to as many people as possible because you're all out there and some of you still need guidance, I think, but everyone who is finding my videos, like my guide said, is capable of doing what I can do. You can do what I can do. And even if you don't get to a point where you can hear your guides or whatever, like just getting to that frequency of love, like clearing out all the negative, dense energies and vibrating with love, which is like your true state. It's joy, it's happiness, it's compassion, it's kindness. Trying to hold those states as long as possible raises the frequency on Earth. And that is how Earth ascends. So, and then the people around you, because your frequency is raising, then everyone around you's frequency will be raising just by being near you. Like that is Earth's ascension. Like that is how we do it. And I think it's closer than we think. And I really think it's because I think that we're all perfectly placed around Earth. You guys watching this are part of it. And we're all perfectly placed around Earth to spread this energy in a very organized and strategic way. I think this was very planned. We very much planned all of this. But I just wanted to share that because it was so beautiful, like feeling this and seeing it. And it's weird how like for me, I feel like I experience life differently. Like, I have these six senses that I didn't have before I like started tapping in all of this. And I don't know, it's just like I see, I feel, and I know, like, things all at the same time. And it was just like it was beautiful that we're actually gonna get there. I just, maybe it was just one possible future. Maybe we don't succeed. But in this, what I felt and I saw, like, we succeeded and it was beautiful, and it was a mass awakening. It was a mass awakening of all of us who are supposed to be doing this. And if you feel it in you, like, if you're watching this and you're like on the fence, like, oh, this couldn't be me, trust me, you know how many times I thought that. I still fight that. Like, when I go in to meditate, my guides, like, they will, the first things they will say is, you're a powerful being of love and light. And they say it over and over again because they know that the one thing I struggle with is confidence. And they tell me not to get stuck in the story of Rachel. You know, like, I am this powerful being. We all are, you know, all of us. And I keep myself small by thinking that I'm just this person who, you know, like, no one cares about. And like, I'm autistic. I've always been on the outside of society. You know, like, in order to survive this world, I had to create an Etsy business because, you know, like, I went to college to be a scientist, but once I started working in the lab, I couldn't handle the politics, you know, like, playing the game of our society. I didn't want to do it, especially in the healthcare field. I didn't like capitalism. I didn't like that our healthcare system is for money. You know, there was so much of it. I was just like, I can't do, like, I couldn't do it. I can't do it. So I'm sure a lot of you finding this can relate to that, you know, like, feeling like you're too, how could you do this? But the you is just the story you're playing right now. It's just the person you incarnated into. It's not the real you. The real you is a powerful, multidimensional being. And if you're finding this, you came here to help Earth's ascension. You're part of it. And you're part of this mass awakening. And I promise you, it's going to be beautiful. I felt it. I saw it. It's going to be beautiful, and we're going to win. I said in another video, I don't like to call this a game, but it kind of feels like we're going to win the game. We're going to win, you know? So, but I'm going to be popping in and making shorter videos now. I talked about how I am moving away from my Etsy business, which was taking 12 hours of my day. I just did not have time to do this. And I want to, you know, really focus on this because I can feel how important it is. My guides are telling me it's important. Like, it's supposed to be what I'm, you know, what I'm doing with my life. Like, and the more I commit to this and I help, you know, I'm committing to this, my abilities are getting stronger. So that just proves, like, the more you can figure out your ultimate timeline, which I talked about in this last video I put out, the more you're going to be in sync with your true self, your true state. And if you guys can figure out what your ultimate timeline is, what you're supposed to be doing, and it might not be what I'm doing, you know, you might just be helping others around you. Like, everybody's story is different, but you have to try to figure it out for yourself, asking your guides, asking yourself, looking inward, meditating, figuring out what it is for you that is your true state. And then I promise you, these abilities, like all the clairs that I've gotten, they will get better because that's exactly what's happening to me. And my guides have said, and I can feel that everyone who is watching this is capable of doing what I'm doing. Like, everyone is. You can do it. I feel it. I know it. You just have to try to vibrate with the frequency of love as much as possible, shed the negative frequencies, and figure out what you're supposed to be doing with your life. Like, figure out what your ultimate timeline is. And I know that everyone can do it. But I'm going to be making more, like, short videos, but I'll probably make another short video before I release my part 2, but yeah, please go check those out. And I'm sending so much love and light to everyone, and thank you so much for watching.